with their guards and forwards, and I feel like with the way that we were attacking the basket and still able to rebound, even with Boston in the game, I mean, we were a interception away from beating South Carolina. Yeah, interception in football, and the girl, I think the girl who made that interception on the basketball court was actually a former high school football player. So, well, oh well. But I think we're gonna beat Auburn. I don't have any doubt that we're gonna beat the Lady Tigers tonight. Um, I'm hoping Rickea Jackson bounces back. Here's who I want to see have a good game. I want to see Chloe Bibby return to form. I want to see Espinoza Hunter. She had a pretty good game last outing. I want to see her finally get a chance to have two good games in a row and hit the three. I want to see Maya Taylor attack the basket because we've said this all year long that we don't have the dominant player like we had when we had the Queen, like when we had Big T, like when we had Itty Bitty. You knew that was where our points were going to come from. Now we can hit you from anywhere. So uh, when if Ricky is off, someone needs to take up that slack. So, but what do you think?
Like you said, Chloe's been in and out. Rickea Jackson, she's basically our go-to player. Sometimes she's on, sometimes she couldn't fall out of a boat and hit water. We are a very, very young team. We literally have one senior, and we're running a ton of freshmen out there, here and there. Like in the future, this team's gonna be amazing. For where we are in this season, for what we have, we're sitting about where I thought we would be. Sitting second place SEC. I know the coaches polls picked us third behind A&M, but I'm proud of them. I mean, the way we played at South Carolina should have won that game.
Right,
There's been some other games
definitely.
here and there, but like you said, we're young, we're still learning. We'll see what happens when we get into the dance.
All right, so we're gonna take this quick commercial break. Stubbs, go ahead with the live commercial.
All right, so tonight we're doing a live commercial because I want to give a shout out to Midtown Outfitters. They've been with me since the start. They did put out on their page this past week that their store in Starkville is currently closed due to some building issues, but you can still order online at midtownoutfitter.com. They are actually getting ready to send me a few things of gear to take care of me for the rest of the baseball season. Um, I highly suggest getting on their webpage, checking it out. They've got some of the best prices around. The one thing I love about them is they actually carry big boy sizes. They can carry
Yeah.
all the way up to 4, 5X or whatever certain items. And with me being 6'4", 260 pounds, I need my 3X. I need that extra inch. I need that little uh, instead of trying to show off a couple extra things that nobody needs to see. So other than that, do me a favor, check them out. Check out their Facebook page. Buy some good stuff. Tell them we sent you guys.
Amen. Amen. So, we all know we hired Mike Leach as our new football coach. And so now, with February about to end and getting ready to head into March, that means spring football is on the horizon. And they have released our spring practice schedule. First practice will be held March 18th. A coaching clinic will be held on Thursday, March 26th. And the spring game will be Saturday, April 11th. And after the spring game, there's still going to be 4 days left of practice, I guess, to just review the spring game. I don't think we ever done that at Mississippi State before. Actually
Yeah,
had practices after the spring game. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I,
I don't ever remember that happening.
I don't think so, man. I'd have to go back and look. I feel like spring game's always been it, and I don't know if it's because they've moved it up this year because of Super Bulldog weekend where it falls. Um, well, of course, that also is Easter weekend, so I don't know what kind of crowd. Like, part of me thinks we'll have a good crowd because it's Mike Leach and it's going to be the air raid. Um, Part of me also knows it's Easter weekend, so that may
Right.
hurt the attendance. it'll be interesting. I'm excited for March to get here, not only because of that, but warmer weather and to see what we kind of got with the quarterbacks we have, to see who's going to be staying, who's going to be going in the transfer
Oh
portal,
man,
because we know what's going to happen. We've got 5 QBs on the roster, and that's just not going to fly in Leach's
one's not even
offense.
here yet.
So,
So
and true.
the job is not going to be decided until the fall. It doesn't matter what happens in the spring. I mean, until KJ Costello gets here, nothing is decided. So, I mean, here's the thing. I'm just excited to see our players back on the football field under this regime. I can't wait to see the first videos of the Leach Beach and just how this team is going to look, because we have never, ever, ever had a pass-happy offense like this in Starkville. So I can't wait to see the spring game this year. I'm excited. I just can't wait. What you think, Stubbs, about this year's spring game?
I just want to see how they're going to run it. I want to see if they're going to run a 7-on-7, or they're going to run a full game, or what it is. But I will definitely be tuning in for that one.
Oh, that 7-on-7 crap
So
made
other
me
than
so
that, I guess
mad
we'll
last
roll
year.
on into other conversations.
So, all right. So it's been a lot of well, we're a little late with this. Other shows or other, you probably know about this, of course, with the passing of P.J. Jones. But prayers to his family with his passing. But there is a post made by a former Bulldog, James W. Baldwin, and he made some great points about what he feels. I guess you could say services that should be made available to student athletes, and a lot of former Bulldogs weighed in on it. Jonathan Banks, Tyler Russell, a lot of former Bulldogs discussed, or just spoke their mind about, what it is to be a student athlete. And the thing is, Mississippi State does provide some programs, and I have one here. Let me find the post that I had. It's called
Yeah, I
a
think that
student
post you're getting
athlete
ready to read
development.
talked about when it came out maybe in September. John Cohen and everything put it out, and so I know a lot of people start sharing it again, which is still good information. I think some people just kind of got lost in the sauce, but it's always good to post information and get it back out there for the world to see.
Right. So there is an event for our student athletes. It's going to be Monday, February 24th at the Scoreboard Club at Davis Wade Stadium. It's going to be the annual network night with our third, fourth, and fifth year Bulldogs in attendance. It's going to be, of course, Ben Rodriguez, the Assistant-Led Director for Student Athlete Development. More than 40 different businesses and 75 representatives will be in attendance. So this is an event that, it's kind of what they're kind of providing what Mr. Baldwin is saying. Of course, they didn't have it when he was there, but it's there now, and I hope it continues to grow, because student athletes receive a lot of criticism. Even though they have to go to class like regular students, they don't get a chance to really experience college life like the typical student. And just like the typical student don't get a chance to experience college life like a student athlete. For example, as a regular college student, I could work on campus. I can get support from a friend of mine, a friend of a family that has money, without losing my scholarship or eligibility, or getting kicked out of school. Don't think you get kicked out of school, but you lose your eligibility. So if you're a college athlete and a friend of a friend, a family member helps you, look what happened to Chase Young. So stop just saying that college athletes, free education, you don't need anything more. Yes, they do. They need all the support that they can get from the university. So I'm good to see that this program exists. And while we're talking about a student athlete, I want to talk about a former student athlete that wrote a book called After Ball, and that's Reggie Odom, former Mississippi State defensive tackle. was signed by Kroon, finished his career under Dan Mullen. And what the book is about is just talking about his experiences as a student athlete at Mississippi State. And, his website is Odom Productions. So give it a look. OdomPublications.com. So I'm going to get the book and read it. I'm interested in his story. We may have to have Reggie on to talk about his book stuff. What you think about that? You think that'd be a good first former Bulldog interview to have on Maroon Maniacs?
Oh, most definitely right there. I'm definitely down for that. There's several people we need to start getting lined up. We're getting started, and we'll probably get some more people going before football season to get us all revved up and all that good stuff. So,
and kudos to his wife, Shantita Super Odom. I mean, she's been posting about this book, talking about it. I mean, the thing is, our student athletes are more than just football players. They're human beings. They're students. They need all the support they can get, just like regular students. So, yes, they have a chance to earn millions if they go to the NFL. But guess what? Every student athlete does not reach the pro level. So they have to ensure that they have a degree, be able to matriculate through college and earn a degree that's going to allow them to earn a decent living after their playing days are over. There are so many stories I've heard about coaches enrolling players in easy classes just so they could practice longer. That's not going to help them when they get out of school. So I'm glad that we have this program in Mississippi State to help our student athletes find jobs. So kudos to John Cohen and the Mississippi State Athletic Department for being proactive with this program. Kudos to Reggie Odom for writing this book about his experiences as a student athlete at State. Kudos to John Baldwin for speaking his mind, because a lot of people are like, well, who is he? You know what I'm saying? No, he wasn't a star player, but his experiences are just as important as Dak Prescott's as a student athlete. He practiced. He went to practice. He got hit. He lifted. Just because he wasn't throwing touchdowns or wasn't in the limelight doesn't make his experience any lesser than Dak Prescott's. So for someone like him to speak out and speak his truth, I'm very, very proud of him. Hopefully we can get him on the show also to talk about just his experiences as a student athlete when he played for Mississippi State, and just expound upon his statement that he made, Stubbs.
Most definitely. I wish all the former players the best outside of football.
Right.
And not only, with everything going on, the stuff we've seen happen recently, it's
right.
It's on a tragedy, and like I said, we'll definitely have Reggie on hopefully later on to discuss this kind of stuff and go from there.
Right.
But other than that, let's transition to my favorite sport at Mississippi State, and that is Mississippi State baseball.
Oh, boy.
Derek's like, oh, you got this one. So,
well, I can talk a little baseball. I'm not my strongest sport, but I was a better baseball player than I was football. So,
gotcha.
I played baseball from the time I was 10 to the time I was 16.
So last weekend we had a good weekend. We swept Wright State. Some people didn't talk that it wasn't going to be a great series, or we might lose one or two. Wright State ends up going to Louisville early this week and beating Louisville, which makes us look a lot better.
Guess who beat Louisville, though?
What's that?
Guess who beat Louisville?
Yeah, we were going to talk about that. Because that's just like digging into, thorn. But anyways, do you want to say something about that one?
Well, I'm just saying, we beat the number one team in the nation. Y'all played Wright State or nobody. Then that same nobody goes and whips Louisville, a team that we swept. So eat them and weep, Ole Miss. And everyone who listens, know I'm a graduate of HBCU. And Alcorn gave Ole Miss all they could stand before Ole Miss came back and won that game. So, and Alcorn is not known as having a strong baseball program. And they had them Rebels on the ropes. So I wish Alcorn could have held on for the victory.
So